A grueling 5-hour hearing on Planned Parenthood focusing heavily on how your taxpayer dollars are spent. This after a series of undercover videos showing Planned Parenthood executives appearing to haggle over fetal body parts. Lawmakers chastising Planned Parenthood's president, arguing there are better places to spend federal funds.
Does Planned Parenthood really need federal subsidy? Every time we spend a federal dollar, what we're doing is we're pulling money out of somebody's pocket and we're giving it to somebody else. What I don't like, what I don't want to tolerate, what I don't want to become numb to is wasting those taxpayer dollars.
Wow. Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz now live, chairman of the House Oversight Government Reform Committee, holding yesterday's hearing and chairing it. And sir, welcome back to America's Newsroom.
Good morning, Bill.
What do you think you accomplished?
Well, I want the American people to know that the revenue to Planned Parenthood was $127 million more than their expenses. And so as we go into these budget battles about should we give more taxpayer dollars to Planned Parenthood, they don't need the money. They are flush with cash. They have so much cash that they're sending that money overseas. They're spending it on political activities. They're spending it on first-class airfare. They're spending that money on private planes and chartered planes. They obviously don't need the federal taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. What then is the end game, Congressman?
Well, I think that the American public needs to know that that these funds are often going to this nonprofit, are going to the very political campaigns to get out the vote. They're using shared services. They're using shared personnel. They're using these same offices. There are PACs involved. All of this money is going to the Democrats.
But
why should federal taxpayers pay for that?
I get your point. But even if you strip the money out of the budget, I mean, the president would probably veto that, would he not?
Well, let's have that discussion in this country. I happen to think that there are other things we can do for women's health to be much more effective. There are more than 13,000 community health senators that would love this money instead of the just less than 700 Planned Parenthood organizations. Why should we get one that's so involved in politics? Essentially, Bill, Planned Parenthood is the new Acorn. That's who they are. Remember when we talked about Acorn? That is Planned Parenthood as far as I can see it. And why should we, the taxpayers, have to fund the Democratic machine that's out there in the countryside? We shouldn't have to do that.
She came ready to defend her organization, Cecil Richards did. And Congresswoman Maloney had a few choice words for you when you were asking about how much money Richards was paid. This is how that went. Watch.
I first would like to register my opposition and my objection to the chairman beating up on a woman, on our witness today, for making a good salary. In the entire time I've been in Congress, I've never seen a witness beaten up and questioned about their salary. I find it totally inappropriate and discriminatory.
Suggestion there is that you're sexist with that line of questioning.
I don't care her gender. What I care about is it's a nonprofit organization that's supposed to be providing health care to women, and she's taking nearly $600,000 in compensation, and I think that's worthy of understanding. When she first started there, she was making $250,000 less than she's making now. So, you know, she's making an exorbitant salary, about 150% of what the President of the United States makes. Why do the taxpayers need to subsidize that? They are very good at raising private money. We don't, the taxpayers, need to pay a $600,000 tab for a nonprofit organization. That is excessive.
One more question. They're going to paint you as anti-women. They're going to put this into the category of the war against women. They're going to say you're against women's health care. How do you avoid that?
I started the hearing by talking about what my wife does when she goes and works with a plastic surgeon and working on breast reconstruction for cancer patients. I lost my mom to cancer. I lost my dad to cancer. I don't need a lecture from Democrats, this holier-than-thou attitude that says that somehow Republicans don't care about women. I care very deeply about that. I happen to think we should quadruple the spending on cancer. if I could take this money, rather than paying for first-class airfare and these exorbitant salaries, I want to go fight cancer. That's what killed my parents. So let's quadruple that. And I'm as fiscally conservative as they get, but let's go spend money and fight and win the war on cancer. That's what we should be doing.
Speaking of money, right now, a moment ago in the Senate, easily passing the continuing resolution that will fund the government, keep it operating until at least mid-December, if not beyond. That's a vote that comes to the House later today. In light of our discussion here, how does it go on the House side?
It probably passes, but Jason Chaffetz, myself, I probably vote against that. We have a debt crisis in this country. I hate doing these continuing resolutions, and if you're going to continue to pour money into an organization like Planned Parenthood that doesn't need it, guys like me are going to have to vote no.
You vote no. Who else does? Does it pass?
I think it does pass. I think the government continues on, but you know, each member will have to answer that question themselves.
Jason Chaffetz, thank you for your time.